everybody, call me Félix, and here in the Philippines, I am craving for In-N-Out Burger. As a California boy, I want an In-N-Out Burger whenever I want hamburgers. But the next best thing is Shake Shack. But one minor problem. They only have them in Manila. And still we're in quarantine here in Ilocos Norte. So we can't go to Manila at the moment. We got this delivered to us overnight in one of those delivery services. And I'm going to review 3 different burgers here for you. This is the Smoke Shack with bacon, some cherry peppers, some Applewood smoked bacon, and some melted cheese. So this is basically the overnight delivery test of Shake Shack sandwiches. This big old burger patty looks beautiful, even though, like I said, it's been delivered overnight. Now, what American doesn't love a good chicken sandwich? I mean, any, carnivore and such. This is the Chicken Shack. Now, I think this looks a little bit miniature, as if it looks like a McChicken sandwich to me. Let's see if it's as good as they say it is. And this, of course, is the Shroom Shack. So if you can't, or the Shroom Stack. So this is what you get if you're indecisive about whether to get a mushroom burger separate and a Smoke Shack burger. You want to get them both at the same, then this is your burger. Minus more bread, you see? So I'm going to try out these 3 for you. Alright, so I'm going to preface this and say I've only had Shake Shack once, and it was at the original Madison Square Park location in New York City. And I had the regular Shack burger. So I'm not reviewing that. That's the reason, why I'm doing 3 others. And I haven't had any of these other sandwiches. And I thought Shake Shack was a pretty dang good burger. But it wasn't really anything special. For me, In-N-Out is the gold standard as far as a really great fast food burger. We got to go back to California to have that, I think. So when we get to the States, again, I'll review that. But for now, we have Shake Shack. So what makes these, different is that these are like fresh Angus beef patties. So the quality of the beef is really quite good. I just didn't think it was like the most outstanding thing ever. So I'm gonna perch this upon my Chicken Shack. So you can see here, Applewood smoked bacon. These are cherry peppers, and they're just slathered all over this. I just took a lick from this when I revealed opened the bun, and tastes a little smoky, like smoky peppery. So I'm looking forward to this. Even though this is, again, guys, this is an overnight delivery. So, I just warmed this up in the microwave for a minute. And, well, here we go. What I really get, especially, is the zestiness of those peppers. And if you love peppers and you love spice, it almost has, and I don't know if it's because this is an overnight thing. It has like a cheese pimiento sort of taste. So for my Pinoy viewers, this will taste quite familiar to you in that way. Let's take another big bite and see if we get every single thing on the sandwich. Of course, because this was delivered and fresh overnight, like as fresh as possible overnight. Burger's a teensy bit, again, not as juicy as you would get like right then and there. And so leftover, it almost tastes as if, like it's like cheese pimiento with beef practically. What I really love is how that proportion of those cherry peppers, they have just a bit of heat, but it's nothing that overwhelms the quality of the burger. And in fact, it's really enticing to eat. And of course, there's no other produce on here, so practically it's beef, cheese, pepper, and a bit of that bacon. The bacon, unfortunately, is not as crisp as you would get, I'm sure, at the Shake Shack when you're eating it then and there. That bacon, I can kind of get like that signature Applewood smoke, but it's kind of in the background there. kind of in the background, too shy to go dancing. The burger kind of has to have like that satisfying grease. Not too much, but a little bit to kind of know they're eating a big beefy burger. And I think the greasiness just kind of, you know, kind of goes into the bread instead. I think they use potato buns, if I'm not mistaken, on these In-N-Out for me has the best buns because they use, I think, sponge bread, so then it's nice and bouncy when you bite into it, and it feels a little airy. Thankfully, I'm not getting too much starchiness out of this. You know, some potato bun, if you, depending on how you leave it, or, you know, how it's, you know, packaged, whatever, and it has like that yeasty thing on the bottom. I don't know how to explain that, but thankfully you don't really get that here with this potato bun. Some of you guys who don't really love spicy food might find this a little bit, because that heat really builds a bit. As for me, I love it. It really makes me want to go for another bite. It's really enticing. And this is fresh Angus beef. There's nothing like, you know how like double quarter pounders from McDonald's, I mean, let's face it, they do put some strange ammonia thing that they say makes it kind of edible, and after that process it then becomes edible from inedible. You don't have that here. Here in Ilocos Norte, practically, when you say burger, what you really mean is McDonald's. As far as the best burger you can get, this is a nice departure. Of course, the next best thing really is to make them at home if you can find good Angus patties and so on. Especially good bread. You really need good bread, great beef. Like, you know, back home we always say 80-20 chuck for the kind of meat beef that you use. That smoke shack I just took down. I really love, like I said, a lot of those cherry peppers there. So it's piping hot right there and there, where that juicy beef would complete it. That bacon is a little limp, again, maybe because of the travel, but all in all, an enjoyable burger, even on an overnight delivery. The next thing we're gonna try is our chicken sandwich. And like I said, the form factor as far as, you know, expectation versus reality, that, you know, I will use that trope. It looks like a flattened out chicken sandwich. Now, and of course the breading makes it really attractive because you get like these like really nice golden like marks here, or these golden fringes here. So I believe that they boil this in buttermilk, I think, before even dredging it. So it has that extra, you know, creaminess and suppleness and such from what I have heard. Now, unfortunately, this looks flattened a bit. So I was expecting a really big one, you know, chicken sandwich. And like I said, Americans love chicken sandwiches. I'm okay with it. A lot of people love Chick-fil-A. I hate Chick-fil-A. I'm one of those that doesn't, maybe because they serve them in those stupid bags to keep them warm. But apparently Shake Shack, I've heard, is one of the better ones. Right up there with Popeyes and Chick-fil-A and so on. So, to me, it looks like a slightly more upscale McChicken sandwich you get at McDonald's. And of course, I heard that the mayo here is quite magical because it's buttermilk, garlic herb, I believe. Something like that. Okay, I'll stop talking. There you go. I really like the sharpness of the pickles. And that's the first thing I get on the bite. Interestingly enough. And then the creaminess from that mayo. They put enough lettuce in here to give you some more texture and something more interesting and to complement the chicken breast, which is peppery. That is quite good. That one bite. I really love those pickles though. Just nice acidity there. Enough of a crunch as well. So I love pickles, and it's been a while since we had good pickles. Especially, it's a challenge to find good pickles here in Ilocos. So I'm really digging that part. And then of course the bread here. Again, it's a potato bun. There's a little bit of like a nice bready sweetness that just brings it all together. So take another big bite of this. Again, I get that big bite of the pickle. Nice, crunchy, perfect kind of acidity to a bit of sweetness from the pickle. Chicken. It's chicken breast, which, for a sandwich, I want this to be a little, more breaded, I guess. But again, I have to say, because it's on overnight delivery, this is not piping hot as we're getting it, although I, warm it up or what. So of course, the breading is kind of softened a bit, and no satisfying crunch and juiciness from there. And as you can see here, that's what our breading is reduced to. There's a nice peppery seasoning that's there. I feel like the sandwich is all on the small side, which is disappointing given that I was expecting a big, heaping chicken breast here. It would be perfectly fried. Of course, not perfectly fried when you leave, it's left over for a bit. But expecting a teensy bit better, but what I'm getting mostly is like the pepperiness of the batter, and then the pickles going in nicely. I like the produce on here. The mayo, that buttermilk mayo, it just adds like a mellow creaminess. Part of me wishes it has a little more something going for it, like ranch dressing, like a slight bit more astringency. Again, because of this is the overnight delivery test. Practically, this would be a really big sandwich from piping hot, kind of like the burger. That's kind of trite to say, but I like the elements of the sandwich quite a good deal. But especially those pickles and that lettuce. Chicken breast again, a little undersized for me. And really, what I'm getting is more pepperiness. That would be great if you can put a Shake Shack sandwich or chicken shack sandwich in one of those bags that keep them really hot, just like Chick-fil-A. I wonder how that will turn out. Because for me, I'm not a fan of those Chick-fil-A sandwiches where they put them in those bags to keep them hot. But I have to say, the batter that they put in Chick-fil-A and those ends, those fringes of where the batter stretches, that's pretty dang good. And of course, more seasoned. I think better seasoning than here. And again, I've got to try this again once at the restaurant. Alright, last Shake Shack sandwich. And maybe this is the one I should have done first. Because, after warming up, I want to see if that cheese in the middle. They put a mix of Munster and cheddar cheese inside this portobello mushroom patty. Nicely battered there. And you can see lettuce and tomato. They're really... One thing about Shake Shack I noticed is that the produce they put here is pretty scant. Meaning not as much as you would get out of, out of a burger. So you can see just a wad of lettuce, not the biggest. And then a tomato right there. And then underneath. So I think that Shack sauce is kind of dried out right here. It's like some special blend that, you know how they say special sauce and you're thinking like Big Mac special sauce as if it, came from like mayonnaise and ketchup and so on. And I add a little bit of cayenne. I don't know if I'm getting more of that bite, but I'm really curious to see. Because I know when I had a Shack burger at Madison Square Park, for me, that thing was just, it was not as zingy as they had, touted to be. I have some residual of those cherry peppers out of that. I mean, I really love that Smoke Shack, Smokestack, that Smoke Shack, with so many cherry peppers there. Now, really looking forward to this, because I do love a good portobello mushroom. and then on the top of a burger, and I want that melty cheese to be poured out. Let's do it. What do I have to say about this burger? What I get right off the bat is the mushroom. Nice and has that slightly, it's like that fungal meat sort of taste, fungal beef sort of taste. And then I got a bit of that Munster cheese there. And of course you can see, because it's not piping hot, it's not like floating down like a waterfall. Or I should say, not streaming down like a waterfall. So there you go. I'm gonna try to squeeze it. So then like cheese, so you can see the cheese just coagulated like that. And you can see here from the side, even like the side here, the Munster cheese is bursting out from that side there. Mushroom. It really would have been luscious, of course, if this was piping hot. Suffice it to say. Okay, let's for the mushroom going out. One thing I'll say is that trying to bite into this for the first time, I mean, you really get to stretch your mouth up and down quite a good deal to fit this through your gob. And I'll try again, second time. I've squished it a little bit more so that I can get more of it in quicker. I think out of the 3 sandwiches we had, 2 bites in, I feel this is my favorite. And for me, it's really about the mushroom and the cheese that make it. That breading, I'll try it off the side here. See what type of breading we get. That batter is seasoned enough so that it doesn't take away too much from the cheese embedded and the mushroom. So definitely like that. As for the beef, it's, again, I feel it's solid, Angus beef. It's not, I guess, like, what is so great about it is just the freshness of the beef. I kind of don't feel it's, like, that's enough to make it, like, oh my gosh, this is, like, the greatest thing since sliced bread. In-N-Out to me makes a more memorable burger, especially when you get it animal style. So I'm coming from that and having lots of that compared to Shake Shack, which is only the second time having this. So, really what I get is like, again, the freshness of the beef. That's really good. What again it makes it is that mushroom patty. That mushroom patty. Have no idea if I'm overestimating this. It's almost as if you're having like bits of truffle risotto at the top of your burger. Kind of have like that feel. And then, but you're having a big beefy burger while you're doing so. So I think this is really satisfying. That lettuce and tomato is just kind of there. You don't even know that it's there practically. Yeah. Just kind of in the background, getting some bits of like tartness that are there. That lettuce, of course, not in the greatest shape. Wilted. That shack sauce, I think, would baked into, like, seeped in through that batter of that mushroom patty. I am getting a little bit of a twang that's coming out of that sauce that's baked in there. I guess you could think that's the kind of like slight Cajun twang with the cayenne. Just a very slight bit. So I'm really down to the last couple of bites. So I'm gonna sum up what this Shake Shack overnight delivery from Manila to Ilocos experience mukbang is. So again, like I said, it's kind of unfair to say, well, I have to keep it in consideration that I'm just satisfying a craving, and that having this, I already know that it's not going to be the greatest thing, but I always wanted to see if it's good enough so that, at the very least, you can say, oh, I can't wait to have the real thing when I'm back in Manila. The Smoke Shack, really love like those peppers. The bacon's a little limp for me, not crisp really. There's just a little bit of a smoky saltiness that comes from that burger. The freshness of the meat patties is good. For me, nothing special, just like I remember it at the original Shake Shack at Madison Square Park. Basically, like, people, I believe that they overrate Shake Shack. They think that it's like, you're kind of, and I kind of get it. You're getting a burger that you would pay $10 for like half, I guess you could say, and then in a more informal setting, like in a fast food setting. And I think that's the reason why people kind of like think Shake Shack's the dog's bollocks. And then they didn't grow up in California like I did and love In-N-Out Burger. And I'll tell you, In-N-Out Burger, like, the fries really suck at In-N-Out. I think most people would say that. Shake Shack's fries really suck, despite the fact it's crinkle cut fries too. And of course, I know that I didn't get any fries because I know that there's no magical thing to keep it crisp and so on. I remember Shake Shack fries being nothing special either. But when it comes to burgers, I still think In-N-Out's the king of burgers. Okay, I digress on that. Chicken sandwich, again, disappointing in the form factor. I really love the pickles. I love the produce on there. I like the peppery chicken breast. I just feel that not the juiciest, crispiest chicken sandwich that I could get. Although it's an above average, I bet, by American standards. I can respect that. And last bite of the Shroom Shack burger. And for me, it's really about that mushroom, the Munster cheese, the cheddar cheese inside. Really add like a lush creaminess and more umami on top of the beef. Which again, for me, it's like, I get it. It's above average beef. Fresh beef. Nothing's really to write home about, though. That it's like, oh my gosh, greatest thing ever. Like, come on, guys. We have lots of burgers in America that we can compare. You can get like a Carl's Jr. burger probably and be just as satisfied as that. And then like a Shake Shack, and there's more more Carl's Jr. and more Hardee's if you're east of the Rockies. Okay, fine. But I feel this is the best of the three that I've tried. Some say, like, you're a purist and say, I like the simple, Shack burger. I'll probably try that another time. Maybe go back to New York one of these days. I love New York, everybody. If it isn't other city that I love more than my hometown of Los Angeles, it's New York. I love New York. So, definitely we'll try it again over there. And this is the last bite. There we go. Hold 3 sandwiches down. Craving satisfied. Got some more cherry peppers. Nice spicy smoky end. And so again, Shake Shack, if I could rate the overnight delivery service, it's pretty good. Sandwiches arrived here kind of, in good condition enough to be, at least 70-75% as good as having at the restaurant. There you go. Again, Shake Shack for me, it's premium stuff, but greatest thing ever? No. Like what some people say. For me, In-N-Out is a more memorable burger, especially if you get it animal style. And I know you're getting to, spout some fighting words about American fast food on Filipino soil. Okay. So, that's the meat for another day. I'll shut up my gob right now. And then give you the spiel myself. So if you like this video, if you somehow like this video, please give it a thumbs up, as that really helps. And better yet, please subscribe. A lot more food videos to come. Hopefully more than instant noodles. Maybe a few travel videos. I hope. Please let there be. So, get in on the ground floor, everybody. Subscribe. And until the next time, keep cool but care. And remember, the Empire never ended.